Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope your weekend is off to a great start. Obviously, you know who I am. I'm Bernie, but today I am very pleased to introduce to you a special edition of Small Business Saturday where Kyrus Keenan Wescott, our resident social media expert, is going to take my spot in the den with Lance, the founder and CEO of One SEO Digital Agency, and talk to you about how you can make 2021's Black History Month one worth remembering. So we're going to show you how you can celebrate it and how you can get involved in the community to really make this one matter. All right? We'll look forward to seeing you next weekend, everybody. Take it away, Lance.
Bernie, thank you for that awesome introduction. And you are right. We do have Kyrus. Kyrus, thank you for being here on Small Business Saturday. Before we jump into giving you the 5 to 6 things you can do, whether you are a white business owner, black business owner, Latino, if you're from Mars, it doesn't matter. Kyrus is going to give you some awesome ideas to help you increase your business, not just this month, but I think year-round. Correct, Kyrus?
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So
hold on, Kyrus, before we jump in. It's Super Bowl weekend.
It is Super Bowl weekend.
Tommy Terrific. Clearly.
Is he going to win?
There's no doubt. But that's what my question's for you.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going.
I know where you're going.
Who are you going with?
You can't hate me for this. You cannot hate me for this. Listen, I'll preface this by saying I respect Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. I'm rooting for Patrick Mahomes this weekend. I'm rooting for Patrick Mahomes this weekend. He's my homie.
Let's go. Tommy Terrific. Good luck. Can't wait to put the video of you winning up Monday morning. So, Kyrus.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about this. First and foremost, we're going to give everyone on this show 5 to 6 things they can do to grow their business. They're small, mid, large size business. Doesn't make a difference. This can go across any business, correct? Doesn't matter size?
Absolutely, 100%.
Can you first tell us where does Black History Month come from and why it's so important to you? Because I think it's important that people understand why it's important to people.
Absolutely. So
this, if you don't mind me asking.
Oh, no. I think this is really important. In fact, this is one of the most important things that I say to businesses all the time is that you need to understand what exactly Black history is about and where it comes from. Black history actually started out as Negro History Week back in 1917. And it started out, they used to celebrate it the second week of February because it coincided with a couple really important birthdays, including Abraham Lincoln and so on and so forth. That was created as a way to help amplify voices, to help tell the history about Black history, Black people, Black artists, Black people that have influenced various industries all over the world. So that is the reason why we celebrate Black History Month every year.
Okay, so let's talk about the first thing someone can do for their own business, because you got to remember, a big part of people's businesses is their employees.
100%.
I mean, and it was funny, and I'm not going to talk about everything me and you talk about, but I think I could call you my friend at this point.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
We have very different opinions on a lot of things.
We do.
Very similar opinions on some things.
Yes.
But we never really...
I think we're a lot more similar than what the world
would
may
want.
Yeah,
the one, correct. But you brought up a great point the other night, and then I reviewed with you how low the statistics are that actually African Americans are in the corporate world in key positions.
Correct.
And I said, we actually are above that curve here at One SEO. Can you talk about why it's so important that you have to address it as a company, your own in-house? Can you kind of explain it to the viewers?
Yeah. So I want to go back to something that you said in the beginning, and this is how we want to include as many people as possible, which means that your company needs to look like the country that it's in. This is including a lot of different people from Black, white, Latino, Asian, whatever it may be. Your company needs to reflect that world. If you see that that's not happening, that can affect your business. People can see that and be like, oh, that I don't know if that represents me. Do I want to work there? Do I want to go there? So I think it's really, really important to make sure that your company reflects what the world sees, what actually the United States stands for.
And where would you? So they're doing this, and you should want to do this.
Yes.
But where would they put this type of material and show the world? Where social media, Facebook, where would you go with the Kyrus?
Anywhere possible. I'm a social media guy. That's my thing. Social media is obviously one of the fastest growing ways that you can put the word out. As opposed to like a newspaper or anything like that. Social media is incredibly important, and it's an easy way and it's a free way to get it out there. Highlight some of the Black voices within your organization. Highlight some of the people of color. Have them talk about things within your industry. They are experts, and to see other people that are just like me or other people that may not be featured often, feature them and let them showcase that, and people will grab on and push it out themselves as well.
And what people don't realize is Black-owned businesses have increased on Google, just the trend itself, 600% in 2020.
Yes.
600%. So it shows you that people are looking for black-owned businesses.
Yes.
They want to see diversity. They want to know what's going on. To where Google now actually displays if you are a black-owned business or not. They actually label it, and some say it's a bad thing, some say it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Can you give me what you think of it, and could you see that becoming a divide or not a divide, or
Right.
what's your opinion?
I think it's really important. Just like, and that's not where Google stops. You can say if you're a veteran-owned business. You can say if you're a women-owned business. You can say if you're part of the LGBTQ community and you lead that business. I think that's important to show. I think if there's anybody that feels divisive about it, I honestly think it's going to fade away, because this is just how the world is now. People do want to see that. People want to see how inclusive you are.
Now, let's talk about what else they can do. We talked about this the other night, and, I never lied. I grew up filthy rich.
Sure.
Everybody knows it. I had maids and butlers, and that's not the case.
That's not the case.
But, let's talk about the mentor programs and things that companies can do. And not saying that you have to lead the charge in it, but you could be a part of it.
Yes.
Which I have no problem saying to anyone. My big rock is beat the streets. I believe in the cause. We've talked about the why, me and you, offline multiple times. Facebook is now also doing the same type of things. Can you tell people how they could get into mentoring youth and helping kids and becoming part of the community?
Absolutely. One of the most important things that you can do is make sure that you educate your community as to what you do. One of the biggest mistakes that I see businesses make, just in general, is by having people assume that they know what you do. There's a lot of people out there that don't understand what you do that would probably love to be educated. I told Lance the other day, I didn't know anything about marketing until about college. Right. And then it was kind of, I learned about it. I started speaking with people that worked in the industry, and I fell in love with it. And now I'm here working with Lance. That kind of stuff is really important. There are so many young people of color out there that want to learn about this business. And we pointed out the other day, in the marketing world, there isn't a lot of people of color that put their resume on the desk, that get interviewed, that put themselves out there. And I think it's important that we highlight that and give them the opportunity and educate them and say, hey, this is something that you may really, really enjoy. Let us tell you about it. So let's reach out to your community. There's so many community centers out there. There's so many organizations that you can partner with in order to get your industry out there and partner with these people.
And the nice part about that is everybody works in these jobs. This is a great way of recruiting for employees, whether you're a digital marketer, whether you're an HVAC company, plumbing company, and plus you're doing the right thing.
It feels good. It feels good. It's for the community, and you get some future employees there that know your business, that know what you do, and they know how you do it, and they do it well.
The other thing too is you said highlight black influencers in your industry, right? And we all have them, right? There's Billy G Marketing here. Will Reynolds is an African American that owns a digital agency, and he does very well for himself. Sure. Why are people so afraid to actually say, yeah, there's a African American or black person down the road that does the same thing I do, and they're pretty damn good at it also? Do you think people are afraid of it, or they don't understand it's okay to say that? And should they be doing that?
Right. I don't think that people are necessarily afraid. I just think that they don't understand, possibly, and this is just me thinking right here, that they don't understand the importance of it. When I'm watching TV and I see a person of color in a place or in a TV show or in a movie that we wouldn't normally see them, that stands out to me a lot. And I think it works in our industry as well. I think it's important for us to put that out there so people can see it and say, hey, this is possible. And it's not just limited to people of color, women, LGBTQ, all of that. Being able to see that and see them in these positions, see them working and doing what you do is really important.
Now, how would they go about showcasing that, though? I have no problem saying Billy G Marketing. He's a creative cat, man. Let's be honest. He's a very creative cat. Will Reynolds, very good at what he does also, right? So, agency about our size, right? How do you go about doing that if you're an HVAC company, a plumbing company, a roofing company, just go right on social media and give a shout out? What would you do?
I think it all starts, number one, right here. You got to believe in it. You got to know that what you're doing is right. You're not doing this just for PR purposes because it's going to make you look good in the community. No, you got to know it from here. From there, you're going to start to brainstorm a bunch of different ideas. You're going to see, okay, we are including a lot of these people, and it's going to come naturally to you. Those people are going to start spreading the word organically. People are going to see it when you're posting stuff on Instagram, on Facebook, when you show the company party, when you're singing happy birthday. We're saying happy birthday to you this week. When you see a bunch of people that, and you look around the picture and you're like, oh yeah, I see people like me, blah, blah. That kind of stuff stands out. So it's the small things. You don't have to put out a giant press release saying we have black people here. You don't have to do that, right? Start organically and believe it right here from your heart.
Now, and I guess the last thing that people could do is make it a company-wide effort, meaning get all employees. It shouldn't be, here. I mean, what's funny is, Kyrus, you might think there's not a lot of African Americans here or a lot of minorities, but compared to a corporation, which you talked about, this is a melting pot compared to them.
Right. And I don't want us to become complacent, but with that being said, yeah, you're absolutely right.
But not, and we said, like,
yes.
Your question to me is, how do we get more resumes here? Because I said, you see the resumes, you see the percentage, right? So how do we increase that percentage? Because we talked about doing a mentor program.
Yes.
I said, I'll help fund it. I'll get you
100%.
without quitting, without thinking about it. How do companies start that process? Because I think a lot of people don't know, truthfully.
Right.
We make a conscious effort here. Casey, this segment came from Casey, who's white, and Carly, who's white.
Right.
They wanted to honor Black History Month.
Right. And I think that's important. So one of the most important things that I've said, not just over the past year, but just in general, ever since I was in college, is to educate yourself. Once you start to educate yourself, you'll start to think of ways that you can, take things to the next level and know how to highlight a lot of these people. And by doing that, you're going to open the minds up to a lot of people that are going to say, hey, I can do that. I can do marketing. I can do social media marketing. I can do PPC. I can do, website development. They're going to see that, and they're going to be like, okay, I'm going to educate myself. I want to learn about this. I'm going to apply to this position. And I think it's really important for us as a company, people that are already in this field, to say, hey, this is how you do it. If you want to learn more, we're here to help you. We're here to educate you. And then hopefully in the future, you can become a part of our team.
Well, I'll leave it at this, Kyrus. I meant what I said the other night when it was just me and you. I'll help you start your mentor program. I'll financially back it. And I think it's a great thing to do. Like I said, for all poor kids. Every kid needs a shot. I don't want to say in honor of Black History Month. I'm going to call it in honor of Black change, if that's fair.
Absolutely.
If you own a company or organization, you want to start implementing some of these things. My company here at One SEO, we've made a conscious effort, I think, over the years to keep going. We have every walk of life here. Can we get better? Absolutely. Should we get better? Absolutely. Every company, I will tell you this, when you walk in, and like Kyrus says, if your company doesn't reflect what's out here on the street every day, people are going to start to notice and ask questions and wonder why. So for small business tip today of this Saturday, look around, look yourself in the mirror, ask yourself, does my company reflect what's outside my doors? Does my company reflect what my customers look like? Because you want to make sure it does. Kyrus, any last words?
I couldn't agree with you more. It's not just about February, my friends. It is about March, April, May, June, July, all the way through the year. These efforts are highlighted this month, but it continues. It's not just a 1 month thing. Keep pushing all year round. It's going to become easier over time. I promise you.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to follow me at Lance Bachman on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me on Facebook at Lance Bachman Digital. And every Thursday we drop a new podcast. Don't forget to listen to it. We're giving out great content. And remember this is the time to build your business right now. Let's effing go, everybody.